extraction of energy from space already is a scientific reality. Turkish inventor Yildiz has done such a motor. This motor has a patent, and it was examined at University of Delft. There are several videos on this on YouTube, and Professor Duarte Jorge, he examined the motor, and the motor has about 2,800 rotations per minute. The problem of academic society, of academic science, is that this motor does not enter in the frame of theoretical physics today. This is the main problem. Because in theoretical physics today, it is meant that a closed system cannot have infinite, or let's say unlimited, resources of energy. The academic science, when they see the motor of Yildiz, they see it as a closed system. Yeah? And so they say, okay, if the system is closed, the energy resources are limited. But the fact is that the Yildiz motor is open system. Yildiz motor is getting energy from space. Now we have to understand how the motor works. In the motor there is around 150 permanent magnets in Yildiz motor. And what is permanent magnet? Here is something that has to be improved in the knowledge of magnetism. Permanent magnet is taking energy, is sucking energy of the space, what we call it today superfluid quantum vacuum, superfluid quantum space, is taking this energy here in and throwing it here out, and this energy is circulating. So magnetic flux is the circulation of the energy of space through the magnet. I published a preprint already on this. And when this flux is doing some work, the flux, the power, the strength of the flux remains the same. This is the secret, this is the immense advance of Yildiz motor. How to get energy, clean energy, green energy out of space. Yildiz motor is a masterpiece of geometry because he distributed permanent magnets on the rotor and on the stator in the way that when the motor is put together, there is a repulsing force between magnets, and this repulsion force is permanent, and that's why this motor could run 100 years. There is another technical option into building, I call it space energy extractor. In the history of this building, these motors, the main problem is, we know this in classical physics. If we want to get energy out of this repulsive force, okay, between two magnets, what actually is happening in the Yilditz motor, then the first thing is one magnet has to come into the field of the other magnet. Yeah? For this, we use a certain amount of energy, a certain force. And the force and the energy that come out of this position are never bigger than what we put in. Yeah? So, how to develop this is a big issue of space energy extraction. How to overcome this technical problem. Yilditz overcome it in the way that when the rotor and the stator are together, this repulsive force is always there. So what does it mean? That the magnets are already in the repulsing position without pushing them inside. This is the technical brilliance of Yilditz motor. Now we have another possibility. Might be that this another possibility could also work out. So let's check now. We have here a permanent magnet, you see, and there is a repulsing force here. And this, the shape of this force repulsive is like this, you see? It's like this. You see? It's a kind of circle around. This is how magnetic field works. You see? Hop, hop, hop. See? Now, if we manage to make a deformation of this field, so that field will be stronger on one side and weaker on other side, this technical advance could help us that motor could run, or let's say that the rotor could run. Here we have a piece of iron. Okay. We put this together, and we know in magnetism science that this magnet will take some of the magnetic flux inside. This means that the magnetic flux of this permanent magnet is changed. Now let's check how it is changed. You see, on this side, on this side, nothing has changed, but on this side, this magnet actually, we see, is too strong. Because, check it here, you see, the positive pole you already have here. So much this has changed. So we have to take a piece of iron that is not so strong. And now we check it now. It was not the right pole. This one is good. You see? Yes. So we have the, see, repulsing force we have here, but then it turns like this. It is not like before. It is not like before, you see. You can check this yourself. You see? Before I didn't get the right pole on the... So if we check this here, I make a small design. Yeah. This is when we have a shielding, and this is when we don't have a shielding. You see? This is the difference. So this deformation of magnetic field, of magnetic flux, could help that the force, the magnets that are on the stator will run the rotor. We will check this possibility in the next few days. I personally think that extraction of the energy from the space should be patent free, that nobody should have a patent on this, because clean energy, green energy, is the birthright of every human being. And if I will manage to build this motor, definitely I will publish these results. I will publish my results in the scientific journal, and I will not apply for the patent. The energy extraction from the space is the supreme, is the best possible green energy on the planet, because practically it has no pollution. And a permanent magnet, they can run for 1,000 years. In 100 years, permanent magnet have a loss of magnetic flux for 1%. So this is definitely the extraction of the energy from space is the main candidate for green energy on this planet. And I hope that that I will manage to publish this scientific fact in the scientific literature, so that the academic science will open the ears and the eyes for this possibility. Because Yildiz Motter has proved that the green energy from the space can be harnessed. His motor is working. And I hope that my extractor also will work. But definitely it will be patent free. Thank you very much for your attention.